I don't understand the priority here, but what I can tell you is I think Feibai just wants to take a step back. He wants to play a more supportive role, but he's no longer comfortable doing that on the Garen, knowing that YK is capable to pull out that Darius to shut him down. But this is so curious to me because you give up the Varus, and because you banned the Ziggs away, I assume you won the Varus for yourself because that's the next best bot laner. They just give it all away.
Perhaps looking for the Santa again. There we go. Looking for the Santa again, something that Azir has been looking good on. It's a losing matchup, but maybe looking for that late game
That's
ceiling.
what was left up. Granted, I forgot about that pick. That's what was left up. The Nunu here for Chris. First time Darkun Gaming do not ban it away. They're saying we have to give it to you because we need to get rid of Zed. We're not going to lose to that again, but we might lose to Nunu here.
It's such a draft nerd. I love this. Like, you get so excited.
No, but the draft is so important for the state of the game. Like, if you look at what champions these two teams get. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to calm down. I need to take a step back. But the draft is 50% of the battle in this series because of how closely matched these teams are, because of how excellent their players are. The draft will give you the lead you need to really just take the game away. Now, Darkun Gaming, they answer the Darius with this Renekton.
But what's this main point you're looking forward to the draft with? What has been the things that have kind of screamed to you that, okay, if you get this element, you should be ahead in the draft?
Well, it's about the individual picks. That's number one. The Zed, the Jax, the Rakan, these have been key picks thus far. And I do like what we're seeing here for ThunderTalk, but the problem remains we're a bit low on damage. We need S12K on something that can pack a bit of a punch. I think Gragas might be the pick here, but then you're too heavy on magic damage.
Okay, so first thing is the individual picks. What about the second thing?
Well, then you need the synergy, you need the team to really come together cohesively, and then you need to make sure you're good at shutting down what your opponent wants to run. Now, DKG, they have the ability to side lane here yet again, but ThunderTalk, they answer with the ability to force team fights. Now they have an answer to the side lane.
Okay, there we go. That's the essence, the vibe for these compositions as they will finish things off with the Garen support. It's no brand, but it is the Varus. And now with Huibab again on this Jax, we're looking at a strong side lane, but with a Diana, I'm not sure how this one plays out.
Well, Diana is capable of side lane by herself as well. So what we could likely see from Darkun Gaming is something we have seen from Huibab before. You send the Jax to follow the Diana around the side lane, and whoever comes into the side lane is likely gonna die. That's something we see them do very often in their regional leagues as well as here at the Horizon Cup. And I want to point out something to you, Brandon. How poetic would it be if Darkun Gaming start game 1 with Garen support, close out the series with Garen support, and keep in mind in their regional league, I do believe they won match point with Garen support as well. Is this the key for Darkun Gaming?
Well, it looks like that might be the case, just running very tanky members across the board and having that impact seems to be the answer for Darkun Gaming in this series up against ThunderTalk. Well, Darkun sit at match point, so it's down to TT to be the playmakers, to be the ones to pull ahead and tie this one up yet again. And they're no strangers to playing at match point, no sir. They played a full 5-game series up against Roaster Y yesterday in the semifinals. So this is a series, and ThunderTalk, they want to bring it all the way to 7 games.
They want to bring it all the way to 7 games, and we can see the teams, they still have some energy. We're here backstage, but we can still hear the shouts coming from the players. Honestly, it's intimidating me quite a bit.
The war cries almost, no?
Yeah, the war cries, exactly. I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. You try to give some lame analogy about bus driving, but both of these teams, they are going to war right now, Brandon.
All right. One-upping me with the analogies. I like that, painting a picture. Because this is
gruesome one.
Fairly gruesome one. But let's talk a little bit more about what we've seen so far, because both teams have tried their hand at aggressive side lanes, playing for the late game, and yet it seems like both of them are so incredibly fluid. They can play each other's compositions and execute it well. Now Darkun Gaming seem to have fallen back into a comp that they have been known for, that they're renowned for, and this is it. This is the stage set for them to win the series.
I think the power behind this comp and why DKG favor it so much is even if you outscale us in team fights, even if you outscale us in 5v5s, we always have the option to side lane you. And that's such an important thing, especially in these long series, in these long games. When players get tired, they start to make mistakes. Being able to just demolish turrets on the side lanes from Hueba is so important. When he starts this one off, he throws the first punch.
I like that. Oh, I love that, in fact. You know, they got a little bit caught off guard the last time around, took a little bit of damage, so they just tossed the arrow this time.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, there's nothing you can do. No shenanigans to catch me off. We saw a lot of early pressure from ThunderTalk the last few games as a result of Z's control in the mid lane. Once again, it seems like he has a favorable matchup. Are we looking to see ThunderTalk pull ahead with a double scuttle?
Well, that's something they definitely can try to do here with the Nunu's ability to consume as well. With the lead that they're getting in the bottom, the lead that they will get in the top lane once this wave bounces out, it's very possible.
And for everyone at home watching this, the Scuttle Crabs give additional vision in the river, so it helps to keep a ward slot for yourself. It also gives a lot of bonus gold and EXP. Yeah. It's a nice big bounty in the neutral part of the river of the jungle, so both sides really want it, and so getting two of them especially hurts the enemy jungler as well. And so talking about this, does Chris actually end up needing this? Because he is a Nunu, you know, he can be pretty gold effective without it.
Does he need it? No. Does he want it? Of course! They've been trying to get it every single game so far this series, and I think this game is no exception. The control from Z in the mid lane, they're gonna start this one off. Here we go!
And like we mentioned, Hueba, he already used his jump early on. This means the flash must be expended as the first Scuttle Crab will go over to ThunderTalk.
What did we say about the bot lane matchup? Full control for Azure and S12K. This means they can just roll their snowball back down to the bot lane. This should be the double Scuttle Crab start here for Chris.
Well, Hueba has to take the scenic route going through the jungle. And double Scuttle Crab, like we mentioned, it's a shrine, it's gold, it's EXP, and a nice little lead for Chris.
It's the first big objective of the game. It might not seem like much, but it genuinely is.
I mean, you look at the gold difference right now. No, not the gold difference, the EXP difference. Yeah. Chris is level 5.
He has his ultimate at 2 minutes.
The fastest level 5 in the game right now. That's the impact of getting double Scuttle.
An additional factor as well as he comes to the mid lane, pushes with Z, or some might say he steals Z's EXP away, which is why he hits level 5 so quickly. But the thing about Nunu ultimate is, it's not something you use off cooldown for fast plays. It's not like Destiny Gate where every time it's up you press it. You need a specific scenario to really make it work here. So I don't think it's the most impactful thing in the game right now, but it doesn't matter. All of this, it doesn't matter. We are on a timer for 4 minutes. We know how important that first fight can be. The state of the game is slowing down until then, and I think everyone is just waiting with bated breath.
Working towards that 4-minute mark, ThunderTalk have a number of really high key ultimates, but the same can be said for Darkun Gaming, albeit a little bit less. So ThunderTalk want to find that early initiative, they want to be able to put the pressure onto Darkun Gaming to misstep. Z has had a difficult game last game, in fact, I would say. Wasn't quite up to the usual performance that he's had. Yeah. Hopefully, he's had a chance to reset, come back into this one with pressure.
Something we gotta keep in mind is last game they were playing the same Orianna, Senna duos. They had a lot of struggles against the Jax jumping on them, against Emo's Rakan jumping on them, knocking them on, CCing them. This time around, Emo's not on that Rakan. He's gonna be on Garen. So while he's running into them, he's not going to be crowd controlling them, which is, I think, a relief for the team comp. The way ThunderTalk want to play front to back, and for both Z and Azure.
First early buys and pickups from both sides. Things are looking pretty intense here, despite the fact that no action has been happening. In fact, it feels like the calm before the storm.
It really is. And both of these teams are playing it a bit safer. They're playing it a bit slower. Earlier in the finals, we talked about how both of these teams weren't afraid to trade blow for blow. This time around, match point. No one wants to throw that away. ThunderTalk, they don't want to lose it, of course. Darkun, they don't want to go to a game 7. They want to close it out here. They want to close it out now. Objectives gets off.
Looks like a dragon pickup for ThunderTalk. Chris is trying to get this one quickly, but Darkun Gaming are working on that Rift Herald. The Dark Shadow comes in.
Huge!
It's huge coming across. They might miss out the chance for the reset, but Z will still get the kill on the win as they flash over the wall, grab the Blast Cone. It's an escape out, but they've lost two. Darkun at least grab the Rift Herald.
Amazing start here from ThunderTalk. They say we want to go the full 7 games. That's what Z promised us in the interview yesterday, and that's what they're looking to deliver on, Grandin.
YK goes down to the top side, and the Red Tail doesn't matter because TT will grab first turret either way.
Look, I know it's still a little bit too early to call, but I just want to throw back to before the Horizons Cup started, when we were talking to all the casters about our favorites for this event. I said ThunderTalk. and then I found out they got to their roster, and then I changed my bet. But still, I want to point out there was a point where I said
Let's take a look at the X replay at this one again, because Beibai's flash apprehend flowing through with the unstoppable claws was a sight to behold. And honestly, this is the level of play we were hoping for from ThunderTalk, the calm before the storm as they smash their opponents.
And look at the coaching staff there of ThunderTalk. It's too intense right now. You can't even take a seat. You're on your feet. You really want to see how this one plays out. You want to go to Game 7. And Feibai is here to deliver that too.
Putting on a show for all of us back at home. Bit of an engage coming through from Young. Not very much you can get done. ThunderTalk, they have to run away. There's no turret here.
Nice.
Chris actually blocks that. The rest of the team now coming in to support. Emo getting caught out. Z has the shockwave, but he's holding on to it for a little longer. Emo takes a good amount of damage. That should be the end. A little more. Darting Shadow comes across, but he perfectly sidesteps that.
Every spell in the game, except the Nunu ultimate and the Malphite out, was used in that scenario, and he want to go back in. He's using it. Ahoiba, what is this? Is he going to solo him?
He's just walking up. He has the damage. He's going to take down the Jax. What has happened here? Chris is going to roll down the snowball as well. Say hello and goodbye to you. But it ended up with control right by the turret.
All this time though, Grandin, YK has not left the Baron lane. He's chipping down on his turret. He's getting himself some farm, but that means he needs to be an instrumental piece of Darkun Gaming's team fighting later on in this game, because right now it's not looking good for Darkun, Grandin.
Playing cross-mat, ThunderTalk will trade that top side turret for the bomb side one, and still with the gold lead, ThunderTalk. Oh my goodness, Omo, I feel like I've seen this one before.
Look at this from S12K. He times out the counter-strike. He slows him with his rock and backs away. I don't know Malphite spell names. Do you know Malphite spell names?
I know the unstoppable force, I know the seismic shot. What else do I need to know, Omo?
You need to know that they're going for the team fight.
Engage from Chris as he builds up the absolute zero, trying to set them up for something, but Evil's still very tanky with the upper hand. They pull him back. That's the dub. That's the first pickup. The shockwave won't connect though. Win gets away safely.
Win gets away safely. He did not have flash, so he was in a bit of a sticky situation there. But still, Darkun, they don't want to give this turret up.
Azur's walking forward, look at this
Look
pressure.
at Azure!
ThunderTalk are forcing them back. The jumping for Yo, they clip them very nicely there. YK will turn that one around. Feibai has the decimate, but it's not enough for TT.
And in the grand finals, on match point, a misstep from Azure and S12K cost them 2 kills. They were in prime position to punish his turret, but it looks like Darkun, they're gonna pop the Herald. They want to trade back, but they're too low, Grandin.
I think Z has something to say about that, Omo. I don't think he
many
cares.
things to say.
He's just going to take down this reptile before it's even able to walk past that turret.
And granted, these 3 members on your screen right now from ThunderTalk, Feibai, Z, and Chris, have been performing commendably in this game, in this series. They've been rock solid, they've been stable for their team. And as Azure and S12K, they make a mistake, but their teammates say it's okay, we hold on. We might have to give up this dragon, but we hold on.
I see what you did. A little bit overused, you mean?
Well, look at this. They're trying to trade right now, but Darkun Gaming, they're saying we don't want to march into your front-to-back team comp yet again. We are gonna side lane you. What's your answer?
Deflect the comment, apparently, is the answer. Rift Herald goes over to Chris. That's the power of Nunu. A lot of neutral objective control, but look at what's happening to the bomb side. Yeah. Tier 2's gone. They haven't been able to
timing for Darkun though, Grandin. They have to collapse. They're coming from behind.
Okay, they get a good amount of damage on the Evo. He's trying to walk in first. That's also the unstoppable force trying to dive into the back. Win goes into stasis first. Azure's in between. YK as well. Feibai gets taken down. Feibai joins to the fight, but it's too late. Z walks towards YK. This is a bad fight for them. BKG are too massive. They just walk in. YK will destroy the back line.
And we said your team lost the team fight. For you to get farm, for you to get gold, you had better deliver. YK does just that. Slices and dices over the wall, over Azure's flash. He picks up the kill, and Darkun Gaming, they're finding their foot back in this game.
Look, I would have to say, YK not only had a window to come in from the back, he might have had a door. One would even say he had an entire entrance and alleyway in.
Grandin, the bad jokes are reserved for me here, so please respect that. It's in my contract. look at this replay right now. Emo starts to well, it doesn't matter that he dies. It's his job to die. He just needs to make it hard to kill him. And look at this play from YK. Flash, stun, slices and dices over the Flash, dices back over the wall, and he collapses the entire team of ThunderTalk. They have nowhere to run. YK, he is coming up huge.
This Renekton 4-1 now with 2 items, looking unstoppable by anyone, by any measure on the South ThunderTalk.
And we always talk about Hueva. This series, we were talking about Yo, we were talking about Emo. YK said, I didn't hear you guys talking about me. And he is popping off in match point. When it matters, Grandin.
Okay, ThunderTalk's scared. They jump onto you first. Z also has the ultimate shockwave to confirm the kill. That's the first pick off. But no objective to pick up here.
No objective to pick up, but they can't do anything on the map. Mid lane tier 2 is low. Do they want to answer this? Because if you look in the side lane, DKG are well prepared. They've shoved the waves out. If you push his turret, if you waste your time here, you will lose farm, you will lose turret health. But it looks like ThunderTalk, they don't care, they want to go for it.
That rapid fire cannon range, you can hit the turret from outside turret range. Even as DKG try to clear out the mini wave, the power of the Senna Azure is going to be able to continue to whittle away that turret.
It's the same story of the series, Brandon. 5v5 against side laning. Which one's going to come out on top? ThunderTalk, they're going to back off, they're going to play respectful. They're going to catch the gold in the waves in bot lane, top lane, and they're going to come back as 5 as soon as they set that one up.
But that's a little bit funny. S12K canceled his recall because he thought he got cancelled by the arrow, but he has the Belfry shield.
Yeah.
And so he was just like, oh wait, I actually can recall. It's
Brandon,
okay.
it's game 7. Agreed? It's game 6. I'm losing it as well. It's game 6 of a grand final. The little things, the nerves, they start to get to you. Azure, he's the only one here. This is why they prioritize the Jax. If you look away, he will kill your turrets. He will kill Azure.
They're jumping onto Azure here. Chris is trying to fight back up, act as bodyguard.
Yeah, this is the problem right now. ThunderTalk, they want a group, they want to run as 5, but Darkun are saying, we are never going to let you run as 5. We're going to push top, we're going to push bot. We've broken every turret on the side lane. And if you want to know what's the most representative thing of the game state right now, ThunderTalk have both mid lane turrets up. Tier 1 is full health, but they've lost all 4 side lane turrets.
Side lane turrets all gone. That's the power of a side lane split push kind of composition. Neutral objectives have been tied up very well for DKG as well. DKG, they are in a very good spot.
I want to point out something very quickly. In the last 2 games, we saw Azure play Senna. He went Black Cleaver, Iceborne God. This time around, he realizes, I'm the only damage. I have to go Rapid Fire Cannon, but that means he's so easy to kill. He has to be so cautious in match point.
Not much utility and easy to kill. It's a problem for ThunderTalk right now. Some arrows start to come through. That's the engage led by Emo. He's over the back. Look at how tanky he is. Yo's coming in. That's a window for the jump into the back line. He's looking for this entry. DKG gets sent back instead. The return ultimate, the unstoppable forces Hueba start to lead the charge as well. Feibai joins in. He's facing up against Yo. They just mutually exchange handshakes right past the blast cone.
And that was all win. Both of these teams doing their due diligence, marking the members they need to zone away. Yo did not get access to the team fight, but he zoned away Z and Azure. But all that while, Win has not stopped poking.
Here we go. Emo, watch out for Yo. Watch out for the entire team. Hueba walks in first. He's gonna go into Stacy. They're gonna finish off Azure. Z set running, is running away. Yo's chasing after. Feibai acting as the shield to protect his teammate to make sure something's there still. Misses out the chance for the reset as Hueba jumps in. No man had to finish that one off. S12K looking for an opportunistic kill there, but will not get Hueba a second time.
Hueba with 1 HP in the grand finals in match point. It's the little things that matter, Grandin. Z flashes away, but he whiffs his shockwave. Feibai didn't get his reset off on his dunk. Any of these 2 things could have changed the team fight for ThunderTalk, but it wasn't there. It didn't happen. And Darkun Gaming, once again, they pull ahead to a lead.
And when all things come down to being able to have these perfectly executed team fights, ThunderTalk are facing resistance.
Look at how amazingly Darkun set this team fight up. 2 from the left, 1 from the right. Where are you gonna run? You wanna kite us, but there's nowhere to go. YK comes in, stuns the backline, and Z, he panics. He thought he was dead. He just wanted to throw out the shockwave, but he misses out on it. And look at Feibai right now. This man is doing everything he can. he's quietly been performing so well. Your shield saves him and saves his team even from the reset coming out on the dunk. And you look at ThunderTalk, they are disheartened. Their hearts are crushed right now. They were so close to winning that team fight.
But I don't want to discount ThunderTalk just yet because they're back on the Dragon. They're forcing DKG to work into them. DKG with that Skull Crab had vision as this is being finished up. YK looking for the flank. It looks like a repeat. Emo's walking in again. They're going to take down Z. He doesn't have anyone protecting him. That's 12K. He's going to be set running as well. The Unstoppable Force not able to find much value. Feibai falters in the face of DKG. Z is gone. Azure is gone. Damage lost from TT and DKG will clean up for.
DKG off the back of YK's amazing Renekton performance. They come in strong. They pick up the kills. They're gonna pick up the Baron. And granted, could this be it? Could they pick up the series?
And with the Baron in hand, I'm thinking, yes, Somo, I'm thinking that things are looking good for DKG. The odds are in their favor. Scaling option still there for ThunderTalk, so I don't want to count them out just yet. DKG, you never want to count TT dead to rights.
First game of the series that ThunderTalk won. In game 3, they executed so well in this front-to-back team comp. They marked the right angles, they approached team fights the right way. It's been a long day for the players. It's been a long day for everyone. They're starting to get tired, they're starting to slip up. Mistakes are coming true from Z, from Azure. They're mispositioning in their approach to the team fight. Darkun Gaming, they do not let these go unpunished. They come from every angle and they get TT on their back foot.
And even as we look at this series, I have to say, Homo, both these teams look absolutely unreal.
Yeah,
they're
two of the best teams in the world.
With some of the best players in the world, with one of them with the best jungler in the world on one side and the best laner on the other.
Look at how threatened ThunderTalk are right now. They want to force with the snowball, but they don't dare to because they know if they overcommit, they're gonna lose their base.
Feibai looking for a flank as well. He's had enough shenanigans. Shockwave used to clear out the wave. That's all they can use it for. Z has it coming back up off cooldown soon enough.
Oh no, that's a flash. It wasn't even gonna hit, but nerves in match point are starting to show on both sides.
They know that if they get this fight, the game's gonna be over. Yo finds the engage. Look at the Shockwave. Look at the Moonfall, in fact. They almost take down 3. Z faces off. YK takes that one down. Chris trying to buy time, but DKG said we've had enough. We're the best in the world. No one can contest us, not even if you're ThunderTalk. As they watch in onto the inhibitor. Feibai with the stun, looking to take down this inhibitor as well. The minion wave running dry. Feibai doing the best he can to block out the creeps. With 35 seconds left on the death timers. DKG have it all. They have the Nexus, the teleport to close it out. Azure going to go down. No, he's go to DKG and the champions on the Horizon Cup.